Welcome back to the weirdest project I ever put my hands upon, and as you can tell, it's Dave something 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 something. I'm just gonna call it the last part of LSD because, as you can tell, there ain't much I can actually. There's not much that I can actually tell you except that, well, if you've seen how I am with my stuff, I do become very busy, and life doesn't seem to give me a break. So, usually I'd be moving at this point, but, do you really want me to? Anyway, today is a day that we give homage to the very person, or the very people who put us on the face of the planet Earth, namely our mothers. Even though every day should be Mother's Day, this one especially is just one of those days in which you take a time out just to say thank you for everything that you basically went through with us and then some. Oh, don't mind me. Excuse me. Pardon me. And as much as you know, family has kept me very busy. And they're following me. What else can I say other than my family, as well as my work schedule, has kept me a lot busier than my projects have. Matter of fact, I've been so freaking busy with everything else that I nearly forget to do such projects as this. So I'm counting this as days 8 through 30. In no particular order because it just is. Now you're probably wondering why it's going to be 8 through 30 because, well, I'm going to try to merge the last couple of months that I've been away from this thing in one video. This must be the creator. And I'm seeing some kitsune, I believe. They look like kitsune. They're all over the place. So for those who don't know, my mother has been away from our house since 2014. And it all started with a stroke. And that happened last year. The last quarter of last year. And so she went into the hospital. She went into the hospital. They had her looked at. She had to stay in recovery for quite some time. Like, say, a few weeks to about a month. And, of course, the last stroke she had did some damage to her it did some damage to her legs. So since then, she's had therapy. So since then, well, as most or some who don't know, since then my mom was in one of those nursing homes. She's out of the nursing home since then. But when she was in this nursing home, it wasn't too far from our house. It was in Inglewood. And we visited her like quite some time. Like if not on a daily basis, it was most likely a weekly basis. And it was from December 2014 to say, I think it might have been November. Yeah, it was November. November 2014 to February of this year. February 2015. So it was very early this year. Now since then, she has been taking every day in stride here at the house, and thank God she has. I don't think I could really afford to be sane after not seeing my mother for some time. I'm actually surprised by that. So since then, well, I really couldn't focus on my work. You know, I couldn't focus on doing my Let's Plays as well as I normally would. Since you know, you're the only person who actually misses somebody as close as your mom. I've been missing my mom since. I'm telling you the truth. It was hard. It was very hard for me to focus on doing projects like this because I simply lost my drive, you know. For the last couple of months, I lost my drive to actually work with my work on my Let's Plays. So you can understand that I've been through a lot, you know. It's been much of a challenge for me because the last couple of weeks and most of my friends can understand because they know, you know, I've been busy with this and that and this and that since my mom came back to the house. And thankfully, you know, my brother and sister, you know, they came and helped out and everything. You know, despite their busy schedules, you know, Tycho. Despite their schedule, my sister has been a great help since then because she takes care of the clothes while I can take care of other things like you know, making sure that our stock is up to where it should be. My cousin as well, she's been helping out with the household. Cooking on certain days. Other times, you know, she's not doing that. Because, you know, she works as well. Me, as well as you can tell, I'm trying to basically get back on task with everything that I'm working on. But then again, could you blame me for what I've been going through, for the stuff I've been going through? I've technically had a down period since since the last quarter of 2014. And between then and now, with everything that's going on, well, you can understand that doing something like this, it's just been crazy. You know, doing something like this, I'm now getting back to the swing of doing something like this. So pretty much that explains the last couple of days that have been happening, the last couple of months that I've been away from such projects like this, Mega Man 8, Wild Arms. And I know I need to get back to doing those, especially Mega Man 8 and Wild Arms. Because I've only had 2 parts of Mega Man 8 up since. And like I said, it's been difficult because my mental fortitude, it's been, you know, really spent. And for the most part, for those who can understand, you know, you try to do a lot of things just to take your mind away from the problems that you already have. Oh, hey. So, it's been quite a challenge for me. But I can clearly say one thing about this whole ordeal. My mom is getting better, thank God for that. And I'm actually glad we got her out of the nursing home. Because I'm going to be clearly honest about that. I hate nursing homes. I really do. I hate nursing homes with a passion. The reason why is my grandfather. My grandfather, God rest his soul, he died in a nursing home. And they treated him so terrible. Now, I could blame the family for it, but, I mean, the Branch family for it. But it's just, my extended family in Louisiana, but, well, my cousin's Branch family, which is her family, our Branch family doesn't really exist now as it used to be, All my known cousins grown up, have families of their own, or living their own lives. There's no real point in seeing them because we know what's going on. I don't see no point in visiting them. But if I were to go back to Louisiana, it'd be for one reason, and just to visit my father and grandparents' graves. That'd be the only reason. Otherwise, I'd have no real reason to go to Louisiana. Another thing that, of course, been happening since then was, well, during that whole excursion, we lost my Uncle Horace, otherwise known as my Uncle Junior. That's what I used to call him. I used to call him Uncle Junior. And his family live in Austin, Texas. I have no idea what they're up to now. But the last thing I remember doing for them was writing a poem for them. And, somewhat it's become it's become very therapeutic. By the way, I'm actually doing this with just my left hand. So I'm really playing this game with just my left hand the entire time while I'm doing this. And I'm greeted with some haiku-ish text. I know it's Japanese, but it's somewhat written in like haiku. Because sometimes, like certain text, if you see an old Japanese samurai movie, you would see text just like scroll from, I believe, from right to left. And I'm greeted with more text. Same text as before. But as I said before, mainly after all this, I have actually been through a lot. I've been through a lot, and I mean a lot. I've been through a whole lot the last couple of months. You would think right now this stuff would actually break me right now, but it's not. So for the most part that I've been just busy as of late. As much as I've been just really busy with everything else, I know I got a mass load of LPs to finish. I also need to do some things outside of my Let's Plays, like renovate my room. Then plan on going on my vacation, because after everything I've been through, I seriously need a vacation. Yes, I'd say 2 weeks would suffice. I keep saying that to my friends, about, going on a vacation. It's not the fact that, I need to get away, but it's just, I have to get away. As I said before, after AX, I'm going to pack. And of course, just leave. Leave for 2 weeks. Just so I can just enhance my home. Aside from that, I've just been keeping myself busy. Aside from doing my Let's Play videos, on my Facebook page, which is under the same name as my YouTube, Pookie87, I've technically just been doing, I've been doing poetry. And most of the poetry that I'm doing, I mainly post on a Facebook group called The Art of Writing. And these days, I've just been doing, little snippets of poetry. And most of my poetry, of course, I just talk about things that I hear so much about and I get tired of hearing of. Like, one thing I get tired of hearing about is, you should lose weight just so you can be accepted and you look good and you look fabulous and blah 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 blah. And I say to this, what makes you think anybody would feel happier if they lost weight? I know, I have friends who basically don't care for weight. They know they have weight problems, they'll handle it. Otherwise, they accept who they are and don't give a damn about what the world says. I mean, it's one of those issues that, you know, nobody cares for. I don't care for losing weight because it's hard enough being, you know, yourself. And that's one thing most people don't get. It's like, oh, well, you need to lose weight. Why do I need to lose weight? You feel happier, more. You'd feel more happier, more of this and more of that. What did I say? I don't know. I accept myself for who I am. I have a big belly. I have a gut. I like to have a gut because, you know, it's been in my family. All I'm doing is taking good care of myself. I walk very often. I have to eat every day to live, to sustain myself. I'm not going to lose weight just because of what some stupid ass celebrity who's been paid in advance to say, "Oh, you have to tell people that they have to lose weight." I'd rather tone myself than lose weight. I'd rather build up my stamina and endurance than lose weight. I mean, it's not worth it just to, like, lose all that weight and then you get sick off it. Some people do get sick off of, you know, doing these diets. I don't believe in diets. I never did. I don't care for them, so therefore, you know, it's not an issue to me. It's like, if you're in a relationship and, you know, your woman asks, do I look fat? I just leave it up to this. Well, do you think you look fat? I just want to know what you think. You don't want to know what I think. Because there's a lot of things that you really do not want to know. It's too deep and too crazy for me to tell you what do I honestly think about you. As I could honestly say that, you worry too much about your weight. If you don't accept yourself for who you are, because I do, then perhaps you need to rethink your decision. And I can honestly say that, you know. Like, I could just basically say, well, look, I don't see any fat on you, okay? If you're saying, do I look fat? No, you don't. What do you think? Do you look fat? Do you think you need to lose weight? I'd rather see you healthy than try and be something you're not. Or if you gotta lose weight, you feel miserable about it. Because just because you lose weight, it don't really mean, you know, you're happy. It's kind of like this. I could be a fat bastard, but I could be really happy with myself because I accept myself for who I am. I'll admit, I have my down times. I'll admit to having that. Because I'm not going to be all the way up and all the way down. But I am going to have my moments in which that if most people don't understand why I'm the way I am, then there's a reason why. I mean, I'm the way I am because I'm sick and tired of the bullshit. I'm a very blunt individual. I say what's on my mind. I don't have any remorse for saying what's on my mind because I'm the complete opposite of my mom. You know, she wouldn't say what's on her mind because, you know, she's a former workaholic. And most times when my dad was alive, he didn't want to hear about work. Totally understandable. Nobody wants to hear about work as soon as you get home from work. So it's kind of the same thing that I do. I'm a writer. There's so many things I can write about, but I doubt anybody wants to hear the first thing that pops in my head about what I'm writing about. So I just leave it online for those to read. Like, I do poetry for a reason. I do short stories for a reason. Just because. I mean, that's the reason why sometimes I do graphic novel. Well, I shouldn't say graphic novels, but visual novels. It's the reason why I do visual novels on my channel sometimes. Because sometimes I just don't want to. Sometimes I just want to read. And when I read, I tend to get into character. More so like I play Super Robot Tyson or any other game. And for those who get freaked out by this kind of nature, my apologies. You can turn away from it if you want to. But as I said before, this is probably the last LSD video that I plan to do because there's so much I can say on this video, and yet at the same time we can all guess how busy I've been. So this is like day 8 through 30. So I'm going through mainly what I've been through for the last couple of months. Because it's been more like 30 days. My work as a Japanese teacher had me very busy. When I'm not teaching Japanese, I'm usually helping around the campus. When I'm not doing that, I'm helping with the classroom, which is the office. And what most people don't know about me is that it's a free service. Even though, you know, sometimes what I do, I should really get paid for it because the various hours that I've been working under for the last couple of months have been pretty strenuous. Like, say, I show up around 1 a.m. Oh, good lord. 1 p.m. You can tell how tired I am. 1 p.m. every Thursday. 1 p.m. and I leave around no later than 5. Sometimes, if things get really, really busy, I slip out and just say, okay, I'm out. I punch out for a day and that's it. Because all I do is just sign in, say I'm going to stay here for about 2 hours, 1 to 3:30. Usually when I say 1 to 3:30, that's like saying, oh, I'm going to be here for 2 hours. Quote unquote, I say I'm going to be here for 2 hours. But in reality is, I can't just say, oh, I'm going to be here for 1 to 6. I gave up on trying to... I actually gave up on trying to please everyone. Because the thing is, you can't please everyone. It's the same thing for anything, you know. Anything I do these days, I don't do it to please everyone. I can't please everyone. I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm not sorry. Because if I'm sorry for being who I am, then I'm really a fool for saying I'm sorry just because I am who I am. Because most people just don't understand why I do things I do on my channel. And the only reason why is because it's my channel. I can do whatever the hell I want to do on my channel. Just so as long as it's within the realm of good taste. That's the only exception. As long as it's within the realm of good taste, well, that's all you can expect. And it's funny how now they're asking me when am I going to teach some more Japanese. I'm like, well, when everything is said and done, you know, maybe I might teach you something new in Japanese. Really, what I would like to teach the kids is about the art of Bushido, which is a code of art. You know, it's a code of honor. And for those who don't know what Bushido is, it has 7 virtues, just like my book, The Legend of the 7 Stars, the Legacy of Great Virtue. The Legacy of the 7 Stars, the Stars of Great Virtue. There's charity, righteousness, courage, loyalty, respect, wisdom, self-control. I'm pretty sure discipline is one of them. Well, discipline and self-control is the same thing. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know those are the virtues that most samurai follow. I believe in the code of Bushido. Sometimes the stuff I think about puts me here. Like I'm in a hut or something. I step outside. It's a nice day. I can do my business. Say hello to the local folk. And then when the day is done, I go back home. And I faceplant on my bed. After I've had my meal and everything. The last couple of days, like I said, have been very busy for me. Very strenuous. what most people don't understand is that it's not easy being a writer, nor is it ever being easy as an author, especially when you self-publish a book. Because mainly you have to wait. It's all a big waiting game. Most people don't understand that, you just don't become an overnight success. It's like YouTube. You can't be an overnight success. And if you get noticed, well, there's that slim 0.01 possibility that you might get famous. That is, if you're really good enough to be famous. In the realm of reality, I just want to be recognized as an author. While being an online personality is nice, I would rather be recognized more as an author, an artist. Or at least, let one of my poems kind of slip out there and, have it track me down by someone who says, you have a lot of potential, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I have big dreams for what I do. I would love for my book to become a manga. And if so, have it grow into an anime. And the ultimate would be turn it into a video game. Like possibly an action RPG or something like that. That's what I want out of my work. The stuff I do, that's what I want. I want it to just be in so many parts of media that, it just be crazy. I don't mind doing it, as long as, it takes me where it needs to go, where it needs to be. Every time, and I'll be honest, every time I think about it, that's pretty much my personal dream. It's fine that I'm PookieIzzy7 on YouTube, but I like to be more than just PookieIzzy7, I like to become more than just, a mere Let's Player. I mean, being a Let's Player, I don't mind that. Because honestly, I don't mind being a Let's Player because the stuff I show, the stuff I can find, to play, just to showcase it, that's something, to me, as what I'm doing is nice. I want to share whatever kind of oddities I can find online that I've never even played before. But it's something I could share to, the online gaming community. I mean, I have lots of thoughts. And, there's so many things that as a member of the online gaming community, I feel we don't take full advantage of. We don't take full advantage of, being gamers. That's why I honestly feel there's some people who take advantage of, entertaining, but we don't, we're too busy trying to get views or anything like that, trying to get money. But as gamers, we should just be gamers. Tell what the game's about and share our experiences with it and all that. But no, there are too many people wanting to be somebody that they're not. They want to be like Markiplier or PewDiePie or Game Grumps or what have you. Like, but what's wrong with yourself, I say? That's a big question. It's like, what's wrong with being who you are? And it's like I said before, when I say I don't really care much for certain people like Markiplier and PewDiePie and all that, I mean it. I don't care. I don't care what they do. That's not my concern. I can actually give a damn about what they do. It's like, oh, they do this. That's nice, but I can honestly give two fucks for them. Why you have to be like that? Because that's who I am. You take it or leave it. But respect the fact that I just don't care about them. I only care about what I do on my channel, not what they have on their channels. I only care about my inner circle. It's like, like I would say, like if there's a need, I'll point it out. Like, Ryu is doing this, or Sheena's doing this, and Big's doing this, and Mag's doing this, and 40's doing this, and whoever else is, doing something on their channel, this is what they're doing. Go check them out. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to spread the word. Give awareness. Because I'm pretty sure they would do the same for me if I just basically say, oh, this is what they're doing on their channels. I mean, it's only fair, you do something for somebody else, that's what you expect in kind. Sometimes there are times I wish I could do more. I wish I could do more for my family. I wish I could do more for my friends. I wish I could do more for those I love and care for, But I do enough, I think. I feel. I mean, for the last couple of months, for the last 5 months, I believe, since I first started this thing in 2014, in October 2014, that I said it was going to be like a 30 a 30-day challenge I would do. Yeah, shorten it down to say, like days 8 through something, 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 something. Yeah, days 8 through something, something. I've been totally busy. I've been running myself up and down the streets, taking care of business, making sure that whatever bills need taken care of, I make sure they get taken care of. If I need to go to the store, I rather know what in advance that I need to get. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. You know, because I don't like that. I really don't like last minute. I don't really like doing last minute stuff. That's my thing. I really don't like last minute stuff. That's sort of a thing to me. It's like at the last minute, oh, I want you to go to the store. For what? Oh, well, I want you to do such and such. I want you to get this. I want you to get that. Okay, fine. So I make sure I have my list. And when I go to the store, I make sure to get what we need. I'll admit my life isn't as glamorous as many people think it is, but it is busy. I do have time to do these videos. Whatever videos I do, whether they're featured or not, I'm grateful I have the time to do them in. I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful that my mother is out of that damnable rest home because honestly I got sick and tired. I got sick and tired of just going to that rest home. Mainly because of that smell. It smelled too much of piss and it just made me sick. And when we got her out, oh my God, I felt so relieved. I could breathe again because I'm telling you like this the entire time. You know, I keep hearing, you know, everything's going to be okay. Yeah, everything will be okay, but I had to endure this mess alone. I have to endure this pain all by myself. And nobody can understand my pain much better than myself. I'm pretty sure, you know, I don't know, many people got sick and tired of me talking about how I've been feeling about it the whole time. I'm not sure. Because most people don't tell me what they honestly think about, you know. Most people don't tell me exactly, you know, about how I've been feeling and everything else. But after all this, like I said, after all this, I am grateful for still having my family, my friends, and everything else. And that's what matters. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot more than what I can do. And I'm actually grateful for doing it. So after all this, which I'm hoping everything that I said do not require me to redo everything, to redo this whole recording is out and done for. I'm calling this whole series done. There's not much else I can share about this series since you've already seen like 8 videos of it. And the many days I've been through and everything. It's just been nuts. It's just been crazy. So, to all the women out there, I wish you a happy Mother's Day. And may you forever be blessed in whatever you do, and do not take what you do very lightly. You are mothers after all. You have to take everything that you do in stride, so don't look at it sometimes as like nobody actually cares about what you do, because there is at least 1 or 2 people that really do appreciate what you do. So with that, I've been the Tenkaichi of Gaming, PI7, and this was LSD for the Sony PlayStation 1. And I'm ever so ever glad to be done with this. So until next time, on whatever the hell I feel like doing, I will see you next time for more videos. So until then, take care, God bless, and of course, Tenkai Muso.